Hello friends, welcome back to the channel and for a new replay analysis video of the new Genesis format. I'm really hyped for the format. As you can see, I'm playing it a lot. I'm also now kind of playing a lot on DB and in the ladder and playing a lot of ranked. So now I think I'm kind of high ranked now, so I can play against other better players that play this format. So I want to review another game I played again, Genesys with the voiceless voice. I really like this pick. It's kind of simple to play, pretty powerful, and has a pretty strong board. It doesn't need the extra deck, so there's a lot of reasons to play this. So you can play the 0 points pot of extra against. I will also make a deck profile for this deck sooner or later. So yeah, now we play against Viking. Viking is a deck that's really played a lot. Viking is also pretty strong. It doesn't have a lot of high points, so you can still play some hand traps in it, and you can also play the Jurek engine. It was also successful in a TCG, so yeah. He starts with the uh, with a pretty good head, I think. He has a double Kirin, the Megalo, with which gives him the Jurek engine, the pop of the whole field in the opponent's turn. He has Ultimate Slayer, is not really good for going first, but he has the island. My hand is pretty good here, I think. I have a pot of extra against, which is always nice to see. Pre-prep that gives us the voice engine, the Regenerate Archfiend code, and also draw Lockbird. This is a really strong hand, I have to say. He starts with the island, also draws Lockbird, really good against Viking. He pops the Megalo, which is optimal here, and searches for the Volcanics, and then Megalo effect, and I chain the draw Lockbird. He sends from the extra deck. This guy has a really good effect. Quick effect, you can bench 2 direct monsters from a graveyard, including discard special summon 1 Jurek Meteor, and Jurek Meteor nukes the whole board, which is like super strong. And then the next play, draw just locks him out, so he cannot search with the Volcanics. He just sets the Volcanics, which is fine, because with the Jurek he just gets the pop of the Volcanics and then special, and he still actually has the Kirin in hand, so there's not a lot of more he has to search. So he passes here, and this is kind of good for me because now I have like everything. I have low Archfiend code, and yeah, I'm starting here with the Regenesis code in the draw phase, which is always the right decision to make, I think, because this plays around draw. Draw is in a lot of main decks only 5 points, and a lot of decks that lose against it, so it's a good decision to play around it if you can. I go out with the Archfiend because I always want to establish like a negate. This is why I search Sage, and he actually realizes that if I go into main phase, especially some of the Sage, I'm able to negate it. So he doesn't want that, so he just goes for the pop immediately, and then just goes for the Jurek Meteor, and the Meteor pops the field spell and the Volcanics and everything, and then the Volcanics actually triggers and goes for the Garunix, and then oh no, he doesn't. He cannot go for the Garunix. He has to go for the OG Garunix. Yeah, Volcanics can only special summon the OG Garunix. So yeah. Then I go main phase. First play, always pot of E. Let's see what I draw. What I banish doesn't matter because it only matters if I side in the Ultimate Slayer. So I don't even have to look what I banish. Those are all targets for it. And I just show the Skull Guardian, special summon the Archfiend. I could have also showed the Sage, but yeah. Then he goes actually immediately Kirin because he doesn't want me to special summon the Sage. So he goes and rebounds Volcanics, pops the Archfiend, and then gets the Search with Volcanics, which is actually a good play. And he also, really importantly, pops the Garunix, and Garunix in his standby phase will pop my whole field, which is actually kind of scary. So he is a pretty good board established. If I don't kill him, I have a problem in the next standby phase. And he also has a Ponex for follow-up and the Ultimate Slayer. So he's not in a bad position right now. But yeah, he has to survive my turn. So Now he special summons the Ponix and gets the Skyburn for his turn. So he's really set it up, and it's hard to kill him because he has 3 monsters. Then I go for the pre-prep, add another Prayers, another Skull Guardian. In my hand looks kind of silly and weird, but yeah. Then I decide to go for Prayers here. I could have also normal summoned low before, but I don't want to do that because people play Crow in this format. So if I use Prayers here, tribute summon the low from my hand, I can special summon the Skull Guardian and then the low comes back. I could also special just tribute another Skull Guardian because I play 3 in this deck, and then I can just normal summon the low and also have like the interruption. Yeah, I actually decided to do that to just play around everything and be super safe, and yeah. I just searched for Saravis. In this version of the deck, I actually played only 2 evenly, and the Saravis I was just testing around a bit. And then I just normal summon the low effect, get the barrier, and then barrier effect, get the blessing, and then activate blessing effect, add back the Sky Guardian, so I'll be able to add another one in the end phase. It's important here that I have the Prayers in the graveyard, because if he does the pop of Garunix in the standby phase, I can get everything back, right? So now I special summon the Sage because I have 2500 defense. Then I can trigger the Blessing with the Sage, and then tribute the low, and now I can reborn the low, and I also have a Saravis now on the field, so this is actually kind of scary. Then I will run over those 2. I leave the Ponix on board because I don't want him to be able to edit back. This is a bit it's a bit how do you say it, dangerous, because then he could still immediately use the Fire King Skyburn in the draw phase or something like that, but I rather have him not search another one or an island than doing that. So yeah, I think it's the correct decision to leave the Ponix here on the field, because I cannot kill him anyway, and I also have no negate with the Sage. So yeah, I think it's the correct decision to do it like that. Then I pass turn. Then he actually top decks the Fire Attacker, and then in the draw phase I'm thinking, and he's also thinking, and he actually immediately starts with the Skyburn here, and he tries to pop my barrier of the Voiceless Voice. I'm thinking here if I want to negate that or leave that. I think I'm actually deciding that I want to negate it because I want to have the follow-up and be able to search more stuff. And I think it's not that bad if he has the pop with Garunix here. Because, yeah, my whole world gets nuked, but the only thing I'm really losing is the Saravis. And I still get more there, because the Skull Guardian comes back, then the low comes back, and the low sets the trap then, and then I have another interruption. So I think it's actually fine to do it like that. And yeah, he goes for the Garunix, pops the whole board, and then I go for the Prayers special summon the last Skull Guardian from the deck, and then low effect, special summon back, then effect of low, set the trap. Right here, I actually do a big mistake. Because I should have probably put the Skull Guardian in defense mode, because this one has an effect: when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King monster from the deck, except Fire King High Avatar Garunix. So the big mistake I do here is probably special summon this in the tech mode. There's also yeah, an argument that I could just pop this with the Voiceless Voice, because with the Radiance, because the thing here is the Garunix needs to be destroyed by battle. So yeah, I do not know that this guy has this effect. So he just goes battle phase, crashes it, and yeah, then damage step, he uses its effect, special summons a lot of stuff, goes Ocanix special summons Garunix, and then uses Garunix effect because Ocanix destroyed the Fire Attacker, and then Garunix, send Kirin effect, summon back, pop the trap, and yeah, I'm he gets another Skyburn, and yeah, from this point on, it's kind of hard. Now he can nuke my board again, and then also outs my spells. And yeah, then has another Skyburn. I get Sage back at least, but right now I top deck the Blessing here. I play 2 Blessing in this deck because Barrier is 33 points and I want at least 4 cards I can set with low. I have the Radiance, I have the Blessing, another Blessing, and yeah, then also the Barrier, so I have 4. Right now, this is actually an okay top deck. This is something I can play with, because he gets now back the Ponyx, and then I decide how I want to play this. The thing is, I decide I want to activate the Blessing here, and then use the effect of Blessing of the Voice Source, because if he decides now to pop this Blessing, because I now want to add back something like low or something like that, right? And if he decides to use the Skyburn to pop this Blessing and pop his Garunix, he might use the effect of Garunix, or actually wants to use the effect of Garunix to rebound something. If he rebounds something, I can use the effect of Blessing to special summon Skull Guardian by tributing the Sage, right? Because this does not care. It doesn't have to tribute a light monster like the Prayer. So I can ditch the Sage, special summon the Skull Guardian, special summon back the low. So there's some plays I can do right there. But yeah, he actually recognizes that and decides to let this one resolve and give me back my resources, which is also fine for me, because now I have back the low, and I can normal summon now the low and trigger it like that, or use the prayers and tribute the low. So now I have a lot more options, because he actually respected the play that he wants to probably summon something back. I think he could have still done it the other way, because he could have just chose not to use the effect. He still had the Ponyx as a follow-up, so I don't think that this was the correct play, because I think the only cards he did not knew in my hand was Prayer, so the rest he knew. So maybe he did it because of that. Then I decide to normal summon below and use the effect. He still does not pop, which I don't really understand here, because if he uses the pop now and then pops the Blessing, he can rebound some stuff, but yeah, probably his own interruptions, so he kind of wants to wait. I tribute now the Sage, go for the Skull Guardian. I did not want to tribute to low here, because I immediately wanted to have the negate, so I decide to not do that. Then I search for another low to just have it as a follow-up, even though I have no more cards in the to put to the spell and trap zone with it, but there's nothing else left. I already have 3 Skull Guardians, I have the 1 Saravis, all the other cards. There's no point in searching Zafira, because I already have both prayers out, and in this list I don't think I play the Saravis, the old man, so yeah. Then I just go battle phase and pop this. Then I use the Skull Guardian. He actually wants to chain block it, so yeah, I was a bit fast there, so yeah, it's fine. He can use it. He special summons back the Garunix and then use the Ponyx effect, and yeah. Yeah, I think at this point the game was actually over. Because now he searches follow-up with the Ponyx, he still has the Skyburn, he can just pop my Skull Guardian now, the Ponyx, get back the Ponyx, has a lot more of follow-up, and I don't have a way to get back another Skull Guardian. I'm through all of my resources, I have nothing left, and so I think the game here is sadly lost, because he could have just chain blocked with the Ponyx, the Garunix. Yeah, I have nothing left on resources, so I think it's correct here to just surrender the game and go for the next one and see what the next game brings. I thought about if it maybe made sense, but I don't think there was anything left I could have done. I now sided heavily and then went for the next game and went first. His hand is Skyburn, Ground Xeno, actually a cool card in his deck, Garunix, Avarta, but he has no non-engine, so this is not a really good hand going second. Our hand though is really good for going first. We have Blessing, we have Barrier as a one-off, nice to draw it sometimes. Then we have Dragon Smite, it's really strong in this deck, Genesys Birth, and also Pot of E. So this is a super strong hand, and he has no draw. So yeah, this is I think we are kind of able to cook him here. Start with the Pot of E always. Then draw for Archfiend and also Skull Guardian. This is amazing. So I just show off the Skull Guardian, use Archfiend effect to search Sage to just be safe. And I also have the Birth, so why not? Splash some Sage and then go for the Barrier. Then use Barrier effect. Then also not activate the Blessing, so I can use the Blessing effect to actually tribute the low after its normal summon. So I trigger the Blessing, tribute low, and then resolve the low effect. Then Sky Guardian low effect, low special summons herself, and Sky Guardian search for Saphira. Saphira now puts us the ritual spell in the graveyard, which is important. So if something gets popped, and then we have Saravis in hand, so we can special summon it in the opponent's turn with Blessing, so that's also important. And then Saphira we get back with Blessing. We have Birth, we have Dragon's Might, so this board is like super strong. We have a negate with Sage, we have a book, we have a we have a book with Birth, we have an Omni negate with Dragon's Might, another Omni negate with Skull Guardian. They can only attack him, they cannot target Low and Skull Guardian. Another pop or follow up with Radiance, with Blessing to summon Saravis effect, so there is a lot of interruptions there. He normally summons the Arvata and then activates the Ground Zero. I just use the Birth to book the Arvata and then pay cost for Dragon. He chains the Skyburn, which is correct, I think. Now I'm thinking I don't want the Skyburn to resolve. I don't think this is a good thing. So I actually just decide to not use Skull Guardian or Sage. I just want to use the Dragon's Might so he's not able to chain something else, like, I don't know, Kirin or anything right like that, right? So I just go Dragon's Might. Okay, the chain is over. You cannot chain anything on that, and it gets booked. And yeah, he searches the Megalo, but pops then something and then goes for Garunix, and I just negate the Garunix in the hand, and then it's game over, right? So yeah, and then we go for game 3. I go second now, and he starts. He actually has an interesting hand. He has the island, he has a monster, fortunately. He has the sanctuary. To draw those together is not really cool, but yeah. And he has a Ground Zero, and a really interesting card, he plays Fiendish Chain. I wasn't prepared for that, but I think it's a really cheap card, so why not play Fiendish Chain? It's a cool card. It's an old school card, it negates effect, does the same as Imperm going first, but yeah, also it cannot attack, and it's like permanent. So yeah, I think Fiendish Chain is fine. Our hand though is really good with pre-prep. We have Pot of X, Ref, we have, yeah, the Genesys string is not really that good here, but you can use it, right? We have low, I cannot complain, the hand is good. So he starts with the island, he plays multiple islands, so it's not that bad that he draws island and sanctuary together. He has Volcanics. We have no draw, so he uses the Xeno, pops the other island actually, and then with Volcanics he pops the dinosaur monster and then Sense, and then Garunix, and also the Drag card, so he actually has the pop everything set up, and then goes for another Volcanics, special summons, and sets the Fiendish Chain, and it's my turn. We draw a second pre-prep. I only play 2 because this is kind of expensive, but yeah, why not draw a second one? We go for Pot of E, insane, and then let's see what we get. We get evenly matched. Evenly matched is super insane right here because there's nothing to negate it, right? He only has the Asterio then after that as an interruption, so I think evenly is insane. I just go end of main, he goes, no way you have evenly, right? Because I don't think a lot of people spend 10 points for evenly, but I think it's worth it. It won me a lot of matches. go evenly matched, and yeah, it's instantly over because he knows I have like a full card of 6 hands, 6 cards in the hand. He has something to pop my field, but it's still like game over if they're evenly resolves here. So yeah, he just scoops it up, goes next, and yeah, I think this shows again how strong evenly can be in this format. All right, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in another video.